And we're going to start this morning's practice laying down on your mat. So if you're not there already, let's come to lay down. Just finding yourself in whatever position feels comfortable for you. You could have the legs extended, you could have the feet flat on the floor. Taking a minute to just allow your body to start to settle in. If you haven't already, you can begin to close down your eyes, softening the gaze. And I'd like you to just bring your attention, your focus to the back of your body. Just noticing the contact points of your physical body on your yoga mat. So perhaps that's the back of the head, your shoulder blades, those big muscles, your lower back, your sacrum, anywhere else that you can feel, your elbows, the back of your hands perhaps. And then I want you to just try and allow your body to drop in a little bit deeper. So try to let go of any efforts that you're holding on to. Softening your jaw, softening the corners of your eyes, relaxing anything you might be holding in your shoulder blades, and even letting the fingertips curl gently into your palms, finding that softness. And with this heaviness in the body, as you start to really sink into the floor, we're going to start to bring our focus or our awareness in a little bit closer by tuning into the breath. And without really changing anything, I'd like you to just begin to notice the quality of your breath in this moment. Maybe it's slow and relaxed if you just woke up. If you've been active this morning already, perhaps your breath might be a little bit more active. And the breath is this incredibly powerful tool. We breathe subconsciously at any given moment, but it can be this incredibly powerful tool that if we start to consciously manipulate and breathe intentionally, that we can start to shift energy, bring ourselves into a different mood, a different space. So we're going to start by dropping into our parasympathetic nervous system, this rest and digest stage, by starting to extend your exhale slightly longer than your inhale. So on your next breath in, I want you to start to slowly count the breath. Maybe it comes in for 4 or 5. And as you exhale, I'd like you to extend the exhale 2 counts longer than your inhale. And that means if you're breathing in for 4, you're breathing out for 6, and so on. And on that extended exhale, can you allow the body to continue relaxing and dropping in even deeper? If your mind starts to drift away from the count, don't worry, it happens all the time. Just gently bring it back. And begin to notice those tiny moments of space right at the top of your inhale and right at the bottom of your exhale. Making sure you have some space between your teeth. No clenching or holding. And with this melting away of some physical tension comes a little bit of inner space too. Space to allow yourself to really feel how you are feeling this morning. I'd like you to take a really deep breath in and start to reach your arms up and overhead. We're going to interlace the hands and push the palms up and over, extending the legs out long if you haven't already, and pointing your toes, making your body as tall as you possibly can, or as long rather as you possibly can. From this place, let's keep stretching and take another really big deep inhale. And as you exhale, we'll slowly start to bend one knee and then the other knee in towards the chest, wrapping the arms around your shins and cuddling yourself into a tight little ball. On the next in-breath, let's start to reach the forehead towards the knees and curl yourself all the way into this tight little squeeze. Then slowly release the head, the neck, and the shoulders back down towards the mat. You're going to bring each hand on each knee and then start to draw wide circles with your knee, really slowly. I want you to make sure you aren't forcing or rushing any movement here, but you're using the hands to guide the knees out as you inhale, and then exhaling, drawing both knees back into center. And these circles might start smaller and get bigger. The important thing is that you start to connect your mind to your body, to notice how your body's feeling, to check in with anywhere that feels maybe a little bit sticky or tight. We're going to hold it in the middle, start to flex the feet and push the feet towards the ceiling, coming into a happy baby. But before you reach to grab the feet, I'm going to get you to hook both arms behind your knees and clasp the hands just above your chest in the center. See if you can bend those knees a little bit deeper towards the armpits. Let your lower back push down into the ground. And then find a little bit of soft movements, rolling left to right on your lower back. You might choose to stay here for the next few breaths. I actually love this variation of happy baby, but if you feel that it serves you better this morning, maybe you reach for the feet, slotting those knees in towards your armpits and bringing yourself into that slightly more active variation. Totally up to you which one feels better. As always, this goal of a yoga practice is not to get into that end or final variation of the position. It's to start to notice what feels good in your body and then allow yourself to move from that place. We're going to keep the right leg lifted and drop the left foot down to your mat into a half happy baby. Now again, you could reach for the foot or you could have the hands behind that knee. But I want you to really bend the right knee as deep as you can in towards the right armpit or shoulder. And again, you could choose to stay here. This might be enough. A couple of other options. If you'd like more, you could extend the left leg out long, or you could use that left hand inside the right inner thigh and kind of press into any areas of tension. A little gentle self-massage if that feels good. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths here, bending that right knee as deep in as you can. So nice. Then slide the left foot back onto the ground if it's not there already. Coming into a reclined pigeon stretch. Let's cross the right ankle over your left knee. Thread the right hand through that gap between your legs. And then come to bind the other hand, maybe behind the left knee or over the shin. Take your time. When you arrive in that shape, see if you can let the shoulder blades soften down towards the mat. If your left foot is up really high, just drop the heel down, find some more space. Then I love to find a little bit of movement, even just 1-2 centimeters to each side, moving slowly. Synchronizing that movement with the breath if you're choosing to move. Reminding that whenever you get lost in the thoughts, bringing it back to the bodily sensations. How does it feel to move here today? Okay, we're going to interlace the hand behind the left knee, if you haven't already, and start to extend that left foot up towards the sky. Nice. Flex the foot as strong as you can. Push the heel away from you. And then use the hands or the grip on that left leg to slightly draw that left leg in a little bit closer. Try to keep your lower back on the ground here. We're not lifting up into a kind of shoulder stand variation. The back body is grounded. We've got 1 more breath. Then slowly bend the left knee, take your arms out wide. Keep the legs as they are. As you start to shift the hips over to the left, coming into a little twist. Let that right foot meet the ground and then take your gaze over the right hand. Breathing for 2. Breathing for 1. Let's push through the back of the arms, start to draw the knees back through center and unhook the right foot from the left. Keeping that right foot on the ground this time, let's take our half happy baby on the other side. Left foot flexes to the sky, left arm either behind the knee or catching a hold of the outside of your left foot. The goal here is keeping that back body grounded, shoulders are heavy, lower back is heavy. If you get on the other side or if it feels good to do so, you can maybe extend that right leg or use the right hand for a little bit of self-massage just inside that left inner thigh. You decide. Notice where it feels tight here, where it feels sticky, and see if you can direct your next breath into that space. Let's take one more breath here, breathing in and breathing out. If it's extended, slide the right foot onto the ground, coming into a reclined pigeon stretch, crossing left ankle over right knee, and threading the left hand through the gap in the legs to find that pigeon. Gentle, we're not always symmetrical, so find those little wriggles, movements that feel delightful for your body this morning. And if it feels really tight, then ease off. We want the practice to support the body, to help you ease in, not push you away. Let's take one more breath in this reclined pigeon stretch. And then keeping the hands interlaced behind the right knee, start to flex the right foot and extend it up towards the sky. So don't have the toes pointed. I want you to really flex the toes towards your head. And then use the hands to draw that right knee a little bit closer. We're breathing for 2. Really nice, guys. Final breath, 1. And slowly bending the right knee, taking the arms out wide. Let's twist. This time hips draw to the right, or not hips, knees draw to the right. As your gaze comes over your left hand. So let's take a big deep breath all the way into your belly. Maybe even open your mouth and take a sigh out as you allow yourself to sink into this twist. We're here for 2. And final breath, 1. All right, let's start to push through the back of the arms, bring the knees back through center, unhook the left from the right, hug both knees into the chest, and this time you're gonna roll yourself all the way up to seated. Let's find ourselves in Navasana. See if you can land on that flat bit at the base of the spine. Bring the hands behind your knees and start to extend the legs so they're in that tabletop 90 degrees. Think about drawing the chest towards your knees and squeezing your shoulder blades back. And if you feel stable to do so, perhaps the arms lengthen alongside the legs. If that's too much, just keep them on the body. Got one more breath. Let's inhale. Then slowly start to cross your ankles. Hands onto the feet as you draw the heels in as close to the sit bones as you can. Then lean forwards and make your way into your tabletop. And that might take a little bit of shuffling around, of adaptation, just meeting me there when you are ready. From your tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's start to find movement as you circle the body forwards. And that might start really slow, like you're drawing giant circles over the wrists. Squeezing all 10 fingers into the mat as you do so. Again, maybe there's tightness in the glutes here, in the hips and the shoulders. Just notice what it feels like to be here. And if you haven't already, let's start to swap the direction, circling the other way. always think of this as like, I've forgotten what it's called, but you know when you're at school and I think it's called a protractor, maybe it's not, but you know those instruments where you draw circles? We think of your hips exactly like that. Big circles, even distribution. Let's meet back in the middle. Start to bring the top of your hands onto the mat, so the palms are facing up. Nice and gently, just start to curl the fingertips in towards your palms. We're here for 2. And then slowly release, hands back down. Let's move through some cat and cows. As you inhale, start to drop the belly, lift the chest. Sit bones widen, and then exhale, let's push through the hands. Slowly curling, arching, rounding the spine into your cat. I want you to move through these as slowly as you possibly can. Letting that long inhale guide the pace of the movement towards your cow, and that extended exhale to guide the pace of the movement as you arch and round into your cat. Let's do 2 more, flowing with your breath. Tuning into that inner rhythm. Something that, especially as winter rolls around in the UK, can be increasingly hard to listen to. Let's meet in a neutral spine when you finish that round, and inhale, reach the right arm to the sky, hold it here. See if you can bring the left shoulder over the left wrist, push down through that left hand, and then lift the gaze up past the right hand, find an even deeper opening as you inhale. Then slowly thread the needle as you exhale. Start to slide the left hand forwards to the top of your mat. And then we hold here. See if you can really let the upper body sink in, relaxing left shoulder. And you could choose to stay here this morning. This might be enough. You might want to just hold it in this more restorative place. Or if you'd like to have a little test of your balance, you could tuck the toes on the left foot and start to extend the left leg behind you. If your final option is to push through the hands, engage the core, and maybe float that left leg off the mat. Don't worry if it feels wobbly. I've been teaching a long time, and usually always someone falls in this one. Let's take 1 more breath. And then slowly release, bend the left knee and draw it back in. Left hand slides under your shoulder. And as you push into the mat, let's take a deep breath in and reach that right arm all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, draw it back into your tabletop. Start to walk your hands forwards all the way to the top of the mat. As you breathe in, we're going to push into the hands and start to look forwards, lift your gaze. Then exhale, slowly bow your forehead down to the mat for Anahatasana. 3 deep breaths here. Making sure that the upper body is really softening down towards the ground. The hips stay high. The head is relaxed. So let's breathe for 2. And final breath for 1. Very slowly start to push through the hands, lift the forehead off the mat and walk your hands back in. On the next inhale, let's sweep the left arm to the sky, opening that twist. Hold it there. Have a little look down and make sure the right shoulder is tracking over the right wrists. Then push through that right hand and look up past the left fingertips, that deep opening through the chest as you inhale. And that thread the needle as you exhale. Slowly walking the right hand forwards to the top of the mat. And maybe we stay here enjoying this passive stretch for the shoulders, for the upper body. If you want that extra challenge, we tuck the right toes and extend the right leg behind you. Engaging those core muscles as maybe that right foot floats off the mat. Keeping that core engaged. Holding 1 more breath if you've left it. And then slowly in control, let's bend the right knee, draw it back in. So nice, guys. Slide the right hand under your shoulder, push down. And breathe in to lift the left arm all the way back up, opening as you breathe in. And exhale, let's draw it down. Let's take another round of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift your gaze high. And exhale, biggest one yet, round, arch, and contract. As you come back through center, We're going to start to tuck our toes under. And I want you to use a full inhale and exhale to push through the hands and slowly lift your knees off the mats, taking the slow road all the way up and back as your hips come high to your Adho Mukha Svanasana or downwards facing dog. Take any adjustments that you need of the hands, of the feet. Gently roll your head side to side. How does it feel to pedal out those legs? Drawing one heel down to the mat, and then bending the other knee and drawing the opposite heel down to the mat. Try and stay with that connection to your breath, that prana, that life force that moves through us. There's conscious connection to your breath. Breathing 2. And breathing 3. And we're going to bring the feet together at the back of the mats. And inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Find a 3-leg dog. And what naturally happens here is the hip sort of opens out really wide. So I want you to keep the shoulders square. Flex the toes down towards the ground of that top foot. And then draw that right hip back down so that you have square hips too. Keep the hips square as you lift that right heel a little bit higher, taking a deep breath in. And slowly look forwards, draw the knee to the nose and step the right foot between your hands. Let's drop that back knee down and start to extend both hands over the front of that leg, dropping the chin to your chest. Finding this sort of sleepy lunge. So find a slight dragging of the left knee closer to the right heel. You don't actually need to move it, it's just that sensation. So you get this big stretch down the left quad muscle. Take one more deep inhale. And exhale. And then slowly lift your gaze, walk the hands to frame that front foot. We're going to tuck the toes on the back foot and start to extend the back leg. Then step the left foot in a little bit closer so you shorten that stance. And extending your front leg too, we come into a pyramid. Don't worry if your hands can't quite reach the ground. We're going to bring the hands onto the hips. Start to use your right hand to pull that right hip back in space. Squeezing the left heel into the mat so you keep that stability. We're going to take an inhale to halfway lift, keeping those hands on the hips, look forwards. And then an exhale to fold over that right leg. We'll do that one more time, halfway lift as you inhale. And then fold it forwards, releasing the hands back down towards the ground. This time as you halfway lift, we breathe in. Then we're going to turn the right toes to face the long end of your mat, walking the hands around. So we're in a wide leg fold. Now you might need to heel toe the feet out a little bit wider for your Prasarita A. Bring the hands back so they are in line with your feet. And then push down into the hands, look forwards, breathing in half lift. As you exhale, roll chin to chest and start to fold forwards and lean the weight into your toes. See if there's any more room, because generally here the weight is really back in the heels, to lean even farther forward so the toes are really gripping, all 10 toes, even those little ones. Make sure there's no tension in the neck, maybe give the head a little roll side to side. So lovely. Then we're going to slowly walk the hands forwards, take another half lift as you inhale. And then walk the hands around to the opposite side of your mat. So we're coming to face the back side, the left foot. We're going to come through that pyramid first. So slide the right foot a little bit closer. Extend both legs. And then push into both feet as you inhale, hands to hips. We halfway lift. Drawing that left hip back as you exhale to fold over that left leg. Let's do that again. Take a half lift as you inhale. And then fold it forwards. Release the hands down to frame that front foot. You're going to come high on the back tiptoes and start to bend that back knee. You might need to again slide the right foot a little farther back so we are in that extended lunge. Take an inhale to look forwards. And then bend the back knee and drop it all the way down to the ground. Just walk the hands out in front of you so they're reaching over the left foot. You can untuck the back toes if you like. Have that sensation of drawing the right knee in towards you and dropping the chin to the chest. Head is heavy. We'll take one more breath here. Really nice. Slowly walk the hands back in. Inhale, lift your gaze. Tuck the back toes, extend the back leg, and walk yourself once again around to face the long end of the mat. Nice. We're going to inhale, take a halfway lift, look forwards. This time, hold the chest as it is and start to interlace the hands behind your back. Prasarita C. As you inhale, I want you to pull the hands back and really look forwards. Create even more length in the chest and the hamstrings. Then exhale, start to lean into the toes. Take it slowly, diving forwards as you roll the chin to the chest. Drop the head. Then start to push your arms up and over. And what will naturally happen again is that leaning to the heels. So see if you can take it farther forwards. Trust yourself. The toes have got you. Grip them into the mat. We've got a final breath here. Really nice. Let's start to slowly draw the arms back. Take a half lift as you inhale. And then bring the hands to the mats. Fold forwards as you exhale. Okay, we're going to start to walk all the way back around to face the right foot, coming to the front of your mats. And then push into the hands, step it to a high plank. Shoulders over the wrists. We need to hold here for an extra couple of breaths. So you can bring the feet closer together. Pull up from the kneecaps. Make sure you're protracting the shoulders so you're pushing down and creating that dome shape. And then squeezing the inner thighs together nice and tightly. Really nice. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bend the knees and lower knees, chest and chin down to the ground. Take an inhale as you roll through to your baby cobra, squeezing the shoulder blades to lift up. Ouch, little mosquito. And then exhale, push through the hands. Let's take a child's pose. Hips to the heels, forehead to the mat. Let's take a deep breath in from here. Maybe there's a little sigh out through your mouth. As you come back to that place of heaviness, just let your body relax. Scan through to notice the areas you've started to grip or hold that tightness. And listen to what is moving through your body. Where's your breath? On your next inhale, slowly start to ripple up through your tabletop. Then exhale, tuck the toes, slow lift of the hips up and back, downwards facing dog. Let's begin that slow meditative walk all the way to the top of the mat. Take it slow, one foot at a time. Walking all the way to the top. Meeting eventually in our forwards fold, where we'll catch opposite elbows and just let yourself hang out for a little moment. Head is heavy. Maybe there's a gentle sway side to side. Nice. Feel the lengthening of the hamstrings, the gripping of the big toes. And then release the elbows, bend your knees and start to roll yourself up to stand. When you arrive there, bring the soles of the feet together and start to roll your shoulders to the ears, taking a big deep breath in. Nice. Then exhale, squeeze them together down your back. We'll do that twice more. Inhale to lifts. Exhale, draw them back. Make it nice and exaggerated. Maybe the elbows get involved this time. Inhale to lifts. And exhale, draw it back. Let's take a deep breath in and sweep the arms up to the sky. Find Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Fold forwards. Uttanasana. Let's move through our Surya Namaskara. As you inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift and lengthen the chest forwards. Then exhale, plant the hands, step back, and lower either knees, chest, and chin. Or take a Chaturanga Dandasana, keeping those elbows in. As you breathe in, let's move through either cobra or finding your first upwards facing dog, that deeper opening. And we are all going to meet eventually back in our downwards facing dog, holding for a big deep breath in. Maybe opening the mouth to exhale, sigh out. And the challenge with these Surya Namaskara A's is really to start to synchronize your movement in time with your breath. Let the inhale lengthen you and let the exhale contract or fold or breathe in. We're going to do a couple more rounds and I want you to focus solely on that. Your breath guides your movement. On the next inhale, rise tall to your tippy toes. Exhale, we bend the knees, sit back towards the heels and look forward. See where you're landing. Take a big step to the front, and as you inhale, we'll find a half left to the top of your mat. Exhale, folding forwards, Uttanasana. We'll push through the feet, rise all the way up to stand as you inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. And then exhale, bring the hands to heart center. We're going to hold here for a breath. Reconnecting to that steady rhythm of the in and the exhale. That is all I want you to focus on for these next 2 rounds. Wow. Sorry guys, very loud moped outside my house. Let's just close that door over. All right, let's release the arms either side of the body. Find your Tadasana. And on your next inhale, use that breath in to sweep the arms to the sky, lifting high. Exhale, we dive forwards, hinging from the hips to folds. Remember, breath guides the movement as you inhale to lengthen. And then exhale to plant the hands, stepping or jumping back through your vinyasa. Use that full exhale to come down. And then the next breath in guides you into your back bend, cobras, upwards facing dogs. Exhale, we draw the hips high, downwards facing dog. We're gonna hold for 3 breaths. You count your inhale and your exhale. Try to avoid rushing those breaths. We want this to be a grounding practice. Let's take our last one here for 3. On your next inhale, rise tall to tippy toes. Exhale, we bend the knees, sit back to the heels and look forwards. A little step or a light jump to the front, finding your breath into halfway lift. And a breath out to fold forwards. Let's let the inhale lift you all the way back up. Arms come high. This time we come straight back down for our 3rd round, hinging from the hips. Follow that breath out to fold. Taking an inhale to lift halfway, we lengthen. And an exhale to plant the hands, take it through your vinyasa. Follow that exhale down. Inhale, we find length into our Urdhva Mukha, upwards facing dog. Exhale, we draw the hips high, Adho Mukha, downwards facing dog. Feel that energy moving, breathing 3. Make sure those hands are pushing firmly down. Take the pressure out of the wrists by lifting the hips even higher. Let's bring the feet together at the back of the mats and then inhale, float the right leg up and back to the sky. Same again, see if you can keep those hips square, flex the toes down to the ground and keep the shoulders square too, so everything is pointing down to the mat. Let's take a deep inhale. Then look forwards, exhale, step it between your hands. We'll lower the back knee down and this time reach the arms up to the sky, finding Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Hold it there and catch your left wrist with your right hand. Take an inhale to pull yourself high, as tall as you can. Grow from that root. Then lean your body over to the right side and find a side bend. Breathing into that left side of the body. Notice when that right side is compressed, how the inhale expands into the left ribs even more. And then slowly come back through center. Take a deep breath in. Reach the arms high. Exhale, cactus, open the arms. Squeeze the shoulders together and drop the hands to frame that front foot. Let's inhale to lift the gaze and look forwards. And then exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. As you walk the hands back, we flex the toes on the right foot towards the ceiling. Really nice. Take an inhale to lengthen, lifting your gaze. And an exhale to fold over that right leg. You might feel tight in that hamstring. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to fold. Okay, as you inhale, start to bend the front knee, travel back to the top of the mat. We're coming to a standing split. We're gonna tuck the back toes, extend the back leg, lean the upper body forwards, and lift that left leg all the way back and up towards the sky. Now you could play with variations here. You could hold on to the ankle with maybe one hand, with both hands if that feels available to you. You could have a little go at floating the hands into your heart center. I want you to focus on the grounding of that right foot. Even though it is moving all over the place, feel those solid foundations for one more breath. And then slowly release. Drop the left foot all the way to the top of the mat, joining your right foot. Hook the peace fingers underneath your big toes and take an inhale to halfway lift. So you're really drawing the chest open to the top of the mat. Padangusthasana, as you draw the elbows wide, we come into a deeper forwards fold. Like you're pulling the belly over the top of the thighs, relaxing the chin to the chest, and finding this big length down the back of the legs. You use the strength in the arms to pull yourself even deeper. We got one more breath. Let's start to release. Bring the hands to the mat. We're going to have a tiny little go at our Bakasana crow. So if you're comfortable with crow, you can go for it. If you're not, you're going to come with me and step the feet slightly farther back. Keep the hands spread wide, fingertips gripping into your mat, like you're trying to pull the mat into your palms. Then hug the elbows in. And start to bring the knees just behind your elbows. Don't worry about getting them too high. Just think knees behind elbows. And then we're thinking to transfer the weight. So look forwards, make sure you keep looking forwards as you lean the weight forwards into the hands. Maybe you start to play with lifting just one heel, squeezing it into the bum, lifting and squeezing the other heel into the bum. We can do that a couple more times, one on each side. If you want to lift both legs, if that is available to you, then you can come into your full Bakasana crow. And then we're either going to step or slide the legs back into your high plank, taking a deep breath, inhale. Your vinyasa, either knees, chest and chin, or find Chaturanga Dandasana. Take an inhale as you lift for your upwards facing dog. So nice, guys. Then exhale, push through the hands, lift high, downwards facing dog. I think we all deserve a big deep breath in. And a little exhale, sighing out. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat and start to lift the left leg to the sky. Again, keeping those hips square, don't let the hip fly open. So draw that left hip in, flex the toes down, and then kick the heel up higher. One more deep inhale. Then look forwards, knee towards the nose. Let's step onto that left foot at the top of the mat. Lower your back knee all the way down and start to sweep both arms to the sky, finding Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Breathing in. Settling in as you sink into that front knee. Really lovely, Anna. Looks so nice. Okay, start to grab the right wrist with your left hand and take an inhale to lift yourself up even taller. Then exhale, we side bend to the left side. Find that big stretch down the left-hand side of your body. Don't forget, the right-hand side. Don't forget about that deep bend in the front knee. We're breathing 2. We're breathing 3. Use the inhale to slowly lift back up, release the bind of the arms. Then exhale, cactus, open the arms really slowly. We're gonna place the hands to frame that front foot, inhaling to look forwards, lifting your gaze, and then walking back, Ardha Hanumanasana, or half split. Start to flex the left toes high. Breathing in, we halfway lift, opening your chest. And exhale, we fold over that left leg. We're going to do that just once more. Inhale, slight lengthen. Keep those left toes flexing high as you fold on the exhale. Let's hold here. And start to bend the front knee, come forwards. We're going to arrive in that standing splits, tucking the back toes, extend your right leg, and then keep leaning forwards as you travel all the way to lift that right leg off of the mat. And maybe you play again with left hand behind the left ankle. Use that grip to pull yourself deeper. If it's available and you want to float the right hand also behind the right ankle, that is a nice option. Any variation that feels good for you. So nice, Tina. Keep pulling your chest deeper. Yes. One more breath. And as you release, you're going to drop that top leg to the front of the mat to join the standing leg, coming into another forwards fold. This time we take Padahastasana. As you inhale, take a half lifts. And bend the knees as much as you need so that you can slide the palms of your hands underneath the soles of your feet. One of my faves. Take your time, make sure you have that grip. And once you're there, take a little half lift, look forward as you inhale. And really let your head be heavy, completely fall forwards. Push the toes into your wrists and start to extend the back of your legs. Make sure the neck does not feel tense, it's completely relaxed. Where's your breath? You bring it back to that extension of the exhale, that down regulation, that sort of hug for our nervous system. When the head is below the heart and the exhale is extended, it's very, very healing for our nervous system. Take one more breath here. All right, slowly start to release one hand at a time. Take an inhale to halfway lifts, and then hold it there, lift the chest. Start to interlace the hands behind your bum. Draw those arms back, just like we did in Prasarita C. Lift your chest, look forwards. And we're gonna fold into our bound Uttanasana. As you roll the belly over the thighs, drop the chin to the chest, and then let those arms drop up and over. Don't worry how extended this feels. Our shoulders tend to hold on to a lot. But a way to think about is release the neck, relax the head, and just let the arms feel as heavy as you possibly can. And we're going to take one more breath here before we take a very slow transition through Utkatasana or chair pose. So I want you to draw the hands towards your bum, start to lift the gaze, and then really slowly moving for 5, coming into your chair pose for 4. Start to release the hands, sinking the hips down, sweeping them up for 2, and then arriving Utkatasana for 1. So strong. We're gonna hold here, draw that navel in, sink the hips back and down, and keep your drishti or your gaze lifted. We got one more breath, deep inhale. And then I want to use the exhale to fold forwards, extend the legs, ready for our final vinyasa. Take a half lift as you inhale, and you can choose here. Another bakasana, a step, a hop, a jump, a flop, whatever you feel you need at this point in your practice. Take your variation, move through your vinyasa, ready to meet back in our downwards facing dog. Flowing with the breath is the only important thing. The rest will figure itself out. Once you arrive in that down dog, take a big deep breath in. And a big sigh out. Last one, inhale. And exhale. You're going to slowly come up onto your tippy toes and drop the knees down to the mat, coming through tabletop. Then start to sit back onto your heels so you can walk the hands in, coming into a little toe squat. So the toes are tucked under, the bum is rooted on the heels, and you can just bring your hands onto your knees, palms to face up. And this can start to get quite intense after a short period of time. but we don't give the soles of our feet enough love, and they do a lot for us. So let's just give it another couple of breaths before we start to work with our camel, our Ustrasana. Whenever it feels too much, you can push through the toes and start to lift the seat away from the heels. Nice. We're going to reach both arms up to the sky, taking a big deep breath in. And then slowly cactus open your arms and squeeze your shoulders together. Start to keep pushing the hips a little bit further forward. It's gorgeous. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And then exhale, push the hips forwards, lift the chest as you squeeze the arms open. This time you're going to keep going all the way back till you can maybe reach a hold of your ankles. If it's too much, hands onto your lower back instead. Whichever variation you've chosen. I want you to push the hips forward, squeeze your glutes together. And only if it feels okay, you can drop your head back. I actually don't love that variation, so I'm going to keep mine lifted. Imagine I am lifting you from in front, pulling your chest forwards, rather than just sinking back. We got one more breath. And we'll slowly roll the chin to the chest, lift yourself up, release the hands, untuck the toes, and come down to kneeling. I want you to just take a minute, closing your eyes, resting your hands on your knees, to feel the effects of that asana. It's so easy for us to move from A to B to C, on the mat, off the mat, and not take the time to really check in with how things are landing in our body. And especially with an intense back bend like that, it can be very uplifting, very expansive, and we need to just notice how it landed. How did it feel? What did it do to your breath, to your body? From here, you're going to extend the right hand out long on the mat beside you and sweep the left arm all the way up and over, coming into a side bend. So it looks a little bit like this. That's confusing from where I am. Nice. Take another deep breath in. And out. And then push through that right hand. Slowly lift yourself up, both arms to the sky. Inhale. Other side, left hand drops down, right arm reaches up and overhead. Find length in your side body, opening for 2. Breathing for 1. Okay, let's come all the way back up through center. Inhale. And you're going to slide your bum to one side, start to extend the legs out long on the mat in front of you. Really nice. You can sort of move your sitting bones, move the fleshy parts so that you're on your sitting bones. Flex both feet and start to bring the hands either side of your hips into a Dandasana. Flexing the feet, try and engage your leg muscles so much that your feet lift off of the mat. And then same with the upper body. Imagine there's a string pulling your upper body as tall as you can. Long spine, relax your shoulders. And start to pull the belly button in towards the spine. Everything is active. Let's take another deep breath. Inhale. And on the exhale, just relax your body. So nice. Reach both arms to the sky, alongside the ears. Find length in the upper body. And then very slowly start to hinge from your hips and lean forwards. You're coming very slowly to our Paschimottanasana. So you could catch a hold of the big toes if that's there. If not, your ankles, even just resting the hands beside your legs. We're all going to take an inhale and lift and lengthen. Open your chest towards the top of the mat. Try and keep this openness as you exhale to lean forwards. So rather than leading with the head, you're leading with the chest. So nice. And this is a really grounding shape, okay, especially at this time of year. So I want you to lean into that. Notice what's coming up. Couple of breaths here. And slowly start to walk your hands back in. Lift yourself up. Take your time. Really nice. You're going to place the hands just behind you. I want the fingertips facing your bum. Yeah, really nice. Like so. Bring the soles of the feet flat on the ground and start to push into your hands. Lift your hips off of the mat into your reverse tabletop. See if you can really stretch the front of the chest. Lift those hips even higher. Only a couple of breaths here. Amazing. And then slowly lower your bum all the way back down towards the ground. Let's extend the arms out in front of you, taking a deep breath in. And we're going to come back to that Navasana, so rolling to the flat bit at the base of your spine. This time either extending the legs to tabletop position or maybe extending them all the way up into our full Navasana. Keep the chest lifted, keep the shoulders squeezing back. We find this focus, this inner fire. And by holding these challenging asana, by using every single muscle in the body to hold us stable, to keep us grounded. Now we're going to lower all the way down to the ground as slowly as you can. We're going to start to open out that boat pose. Take your time, lowering for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I know it's tough, we're almost there. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And drop it all the way down to lay on your mat. Just for a moment here, because that was evil, let's take a big deep breath in. And then open your mouth. Sigh out. I'm going to offer you a couple of options to close our practice today. You could simply hug the knees in and just take your legs inverted up towards the ceiling. If you have a wall beside you and you want to bring them up a wall, then you could also do that. If you're feeling a little more active and you want to come into your shoulder stand, then we're going to come through plow to get there. So if you're coming with legs up the wall, you can make your way there now. We're going to hold for a minute. If you're coming with me to shoulder stand, I want you to bring the hands onto the lower back and walk all the way back through your plow pose. So feet come to the mat behind you. Then from plow, get the elbows in a little bit tighter towards each other, hands on your lower back. Then from here, one leg at a time, let's lift the legs up towards the sky. Salamba Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. Keep the gaze lifted towards the big toes. Relax your legs. Really nice, guys. We're going to take a couple more breaths. Those of you who are in our shoulder stand, and then in your own time, you can start to drop the legs back overhead and come through your plow pose, halasana. Really nice, Tina, beautiful control. When the feet touch the mat, see if you can tiptoe them a little bit closer towards your head, and then extend the legs so the kneecaps are drawing upwards. You could have your hands on the back, you could have them interlaced behind you on the ground, wherever feels most supported for you. You've got 3 more breaths and you could decide to stay here, or if you are in your plow pose, you can bend the knees towards your ears, coming into Karnapidasana, or snail pose. And these are all options. You could just also be chilling with your legs up the wall, maybe in Shavasana already, if that's where you need to be. Take what you need from the practice, leave what you don't. It's all an invitation. And whenever you're ready to do so, we're going to slowly curl the spine, one individual vertebra at a time. Take as long as you need to extend yourself out onto your mat. Extending the legs out long. We'll finish with a fish pose, Matsyasana, bringing the palms of the hands just beside your hips. Let's push down into the forearms, and like someone is drawing you up from the center of your chest towards the sky, squeeze the shoulders together when you can't go anymore. Drop the head back and come to rest right on the crown of the head. Opening this Vishuddha chakra, this throat space. Very gently push through the hands, draw the chin towards the chest. And let's come to make our way to lay down on your yoga mat. Notice the breath. Turn the palms to face up. And let the feet gently drop out to either side. Allow your eyelids to close over. And let's take a big deep breath in through the nose, all the way down into your belly, to the soles of your feet. And then open your mouth and let it go. Sighing out. We'll do that again, breathing in. For your third and final one, I'm taking a deep breath in, and this time I invite you to flutter the lips, exhaling to let it all go. Releasing any final bits of control, of effort in your physical or mental body. And returning to that sensation of being grounded. Let your body take up space on the mat. Another deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, allow another gentle sigh to release. Start to bring a very gentle bit of movement back in through your fingers, through your toes. Just allowing yourself to take a second as you move to notice any shifts in your mood, in your mind, in your energy, compared to when you arrived on the mat an hour ago. You see, this practice holds the key, the power to shifting that energy into coming into that intentional space. So from this position, I'd like you to just set a little intention. Maybe it's something that you've felt or experienced today, the calmness, the patience, the strength, something that you would like to take forth with you as we start a fresh new week ahead. And just hold that word, that feeling in your body, in your heart, in your mind. And with the next inhale, let's start to reach the arms up and overhead, taking another full body stretch. And as you exhale, draw the knees in, bring the arms around your shins, and give yourself a very well-deserved big squeeze. It's not always easy to start a Sunday morning with an hour's yoga practice, so just let yourself feel grateful for showing up today. And then you can either roll to one side, take a few breaths there. No need to rush. Take as long as you need. And when you feel ready to do so, very gently guide yourself back up to a seated position that feels comfortable. And if it's okay, keep your eyes closed. Going to rest the hands on the knees. With that witness consciousness, let's take a deep breath in and start to reach the arms all the way up and overhead, gathering that intention in. As you exhale, we'll draw it into the heart center. Just holding the hands there for a moment. Let's take a deep breath in. And with the exhale, gently bow your forehead in towards your hands, honoring yourself. On the inhale, bring the thumbs to the third eye. And then we'll bow in gratitude forwards for this community, this space, this practice, this wisdom, whatever else you feel grateful for this morning. Eventually opening your eyes, coming back up to seated. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much, Anna. And thank you so much, Molly. How do I remove my spotlight? There we go. For joining me for practice this morning. It's an absolute pleasure to see you all. I hope you enjoyed your morning practice. I hope you have a great Sunday. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. I'm here. I'll do a couple more this week online. So yeah, would love to see you again. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Christy. See you later.
Thank you. Thanks, Molly. Let's take a big deep breath in, reaching the arms up and overhead. And then exhale slowly. Bring your hands into prayer at heart center. Let's hold that intention in the heart space. As you inhale, drawing the thumbs towards the third eye, that wisdom center. And then exhale, we'll start to bow forwards, honoring this practice, this wisdom, this space, whatever else you feel grateful for today. And slowly come back up to seated in your own time. Allow your eyes to gently blink open. I hope you can take some of the energy from that practice, of whatever resonated with you, off the mat with you when you go through your day, your week ahead. And my pleasure to guide you. Thank you for trusting me. Have a great day.